subprime mortgages started there in Irvine, California. Irvine, correct me if I'm wrong, is one of the only cities that is named after a company.
That's correct.
Yeah. And that's still very much the feel of Irvine, California. Yeah. What is generally known as the city of Irvine is named after pioneering rancher James Irvine. Oh.
But it's through his corporation, through Irvine's 40 years of incorporation.
Well, no, that doesn't mean anything.
The Irvine Company.
Oh, the Irvine Company? Is that why Irvine was named Irvine?
I believe so, yes. By James Irvine, and then they named the city Irvine after the company.
Okay. Well, Countrywide Home Loans started in Irvine, which was I believe, the largest subprime mortgage lender on the planet. I don't know if that's the case, but I believe it was. And then Countrywide expanded, but I believe the beginning of Countrywide was in Irvine, California. And the two biggest areas for subprime mortgage banks were Irvine, California, and Long Island, New York. And they are the same place, essentially. You have a lot of rich people. You have a lot of people that are always willing to jump into whatever the latest scam is. A lot of different types of salespeople. And Long Island and Irvine, they're both beach, communities. Orange County and Long Island, rather, not Irvine, but Orange County and Long Island are very similar. The types of people there are very similar. Conservative, politically. There's not a lot of culture in Orange County. There's no culture in Long Island. There's none in Orange County either. And, the people differ slightly, but it's a very similar makeup of human beings. A lot of tribal tattoos, not a lot of reading, a lot of people with boats. Irvine has more like rock churches. Orange County, sorry. I keep saying Irvine, but Irvine's nothing. It's a few buildings.
Right.
But Orange County's got a lot of like churches where people go and they rock out, and they're just there and they married an ex-baseball player and they're just feeling it and Jesus loves them and Jesus wants them to have another boat. Jesus wants them to be rich. Like Mosaic is one of those churches where people just get in there and the tits are out. And the guys are there, and their shirts are unbuttoned down. You could see the gym, you could see the gains, and they're in there, and they're just worshiping the Lord. And Jesus wants money. Christ wants you to do well. That's the Orange County ethos. They moved out of L.A., and they're like, I'm going to find Jesus. And that's where all the TikTok kids will eventually end up. They go to find Jesus down in Orange County 10 years later. That's what happens. And the shows have been really not great. They've not been fun at all. I don't think I'll ever go back. I'm shocked at how bad they've been. Even though people are having a good time, I'm not having a good time. And my life is about me. So a lot of people are like, well, I enjoyed it, but I don't care what you enjoyed. I want to have fun. And coming from Boston, where comedy is it's amazing, to Orange County, and the room that we're in is big. It's a big room, and it's hard to feel like you're doing well, even though you are. It's a big Dave and Buster's, really, that we're performing in. It's got 2,000 seats, it's stupid.
It's really big.
It's big.
Next to like a Hollister.
People are watching me on screens that are in the room. They're watching me on screens. And then, I got to hang out with people in LA. I don't know if we're going to come back here, by the way.
Either.
I don't know either. It's not been a good few days. It's really not been good. You get away from this mental illness for a while, and then you come back to it and you realize it's actually not preferable to anywhere else. It's really not. There's like a few restaurants I like, but that's it. The guy opening for me goes like this. He goes, he's like, dude, do you think, like LA guy goes, do you think like you'll have like a later career as an actor like Daniel Day-Lewis? And I said, excuse me? Are you asking me if I think that later on in my life I will have a career similar to one of the greatest actors that's ever lived, Daniel Day-Lewis? No. Are you going to be Daniel Day-Lewis? Is that part of your plan? We're telling jokes in a mall in Irvine, California. But this is the disease here. You know, the manager of the club comes in. He's got like a mask on. He's like, your agent came back. He goes, they think I'm like some guy working here, but I'm the regional manager. They don't know that. Hey, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? It's Chuck E. Cheese. It's a comedy club. It's Chuck E. Cheese. Well, I mean, you have a fucking bandana over your face. Nobody knows who you are. You know? I mean, I never say anything good about my agents, but in this case, they're in the right. You can't demand that people respect you if you're covered in a Darth Vader mask and nobody can tell who you are. It's not a rational belief. You hear that? The sirens? I mean, this may not be it. I got to be honest. I don't know if we're coming back.
I don't know.
We're not coming back till next year, and it may not even be then. Something's different here. It's not good. Masks are back on. The variants are back,